Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Paper Happenicity with Monica. Yeah, just Monica. My name is Monica Formosa and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the Wide Bay area of Queensland, Australia. I hope you can hear me all right, because I've just realised I don't have my AirPods in. But that's okay, hopefully we can get this to work okay. All right, so welcome everyone, welcome my friends. Glad to have you here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a regular, thank you for joining me again. Today we are doing a project for the Stampin' Around the World video hop. We've got a bunch of us Stampin' Up demonstrators from around the world have got together and decided that we'd do a video hop each month. And for December, can't believe it's December, it's all about embossing. Get excited, love embossing, the magic of heat embossing especially. Get excited. Okay, so I'll give you a sneak peek of my card. I know Janice, our lovely Janice, is a big fan of Night of Navy. This is dedicated to you, Janice. Okay, so I've done double embossing on for my background. I've heat embossed in gold, and then I've run it through using the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder, just for something a little bit extra. I'm not sure whether the camera can pick that up. And then I've used the Changing Leaves dies an embossing folder. It's a hybrid embossing folder that's available only on the in the online exclusive section of my online store. Okay, and then got a little bit of gold foil for something a little bit special. Okay, and then for the inside, I actually made this larger than what I needed to, so the a bit that I've cut off, I've actually used on the inside then to bring that design into the middle. Okay, so for my card today, I thought I'd just change it up a little bit and use Berry Burst and silver. Not sure how that's going to go. Silver can kind of be a little bit too close to white in some cases, but that's okay. We'll work with it. All right, so my list of supplies, what I have here is I have the Changing Leaves dies and the hybrid embossing folder. We will need that, but as you can see, I've already done a lot of my die cutting. For my sentiment, I'll bring this in. I really loved that one from the Everyday Details stamp set. Wishing you so much joy on this special day. I think for a special card, that was a perfect sentiment. This is for my background. This is also for my background, and because these are the 3D embossing folders, you'll need your specialty plate when you run it through your Stampin' Cut through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, or whatever your sandwich is for your particular machine. Okay, so you'll also need Versamark and Berry Burst ink for your stamping. And I've also got out my embossing tools here. This is a set that you can purchase. It comes with the tray, the embossing buddy, the tweezers, reversible tweezers, which is great. You don't need to actually hold them. And they are heat resistant, which is great. And a little paintbrush, just to wipe away anything that's not where it's supposed to be. And I've got the silver embossing powder this time around. Okay, I think I'm all set. All right, I have done a little bit of prep beforehand because I don't want you sitting here watching me do all this die cutting. And I've die cut quite a few, not quite sure what I'm going to need. But I've got a card base for my foundation. I'm going to use Berry Burst card base. I've got a piece, this is my matting layer. No, this one, the smaller one. So my matting layer is a smaller one. I like to create a smaller matting layer, and that's been trimmed to 1/2 inch, I think that is. No, yeah, 1/2 inch smaller. Not quite 1/2 inch. It's actually a centimeter. But I normally work in inches, so it's in inches. I will get that out in inches. It's 3/8 of an inch, because then what I want to do is that when I want to cut down this one, I will cut it down to half an inch smaller, because that's how I work in my inches. This is for the middle, for the inside. All right, so that will, and that's just 1/4 of an inch smaller on 2 sides. Okay, and then that's the matting layer. I've got a piece here that's larger than what I need, because I'm going to trim it down, because those edges don't always emboss how we want them to. I've got a piece of the Berry Burst that I have cut out, and all I did for this was, all right, so you've got this die that fits in. All right, so you've got this die that actually, and it kind of locks in. All right, so we lock it in, and then it kind of doesn't move there. And then we're going to close it, and I like to flip it over. Excuse me while I reach across the camera. Rude. And then I like to lift it up, and because I only want this larger leaf here, and then run it through the machine. Okay, and I'll do that just so my machine's over to my right. I have to think for a minute. Okay, and there we have our leaf. And you don't have to have this big one. You can use a smaller one if that's your fancy, but there's our leaf. And it's also embossed. Okay, all right. So that's that. So the next thing we need to do is create our background, and I'm going to just move all this over here, bring my large piece in. Oh, I'm going to lose things. Did I drop something? I felt like I dropped something, but maybe not. Okay, the fingers crossed, it's all here. Right, so I need my embossing buddy, because I'm going to just, and before I start, I also like to just powder up my fingers, because you have oils that can sometimes transfer onto your cardstock and create all kinds of mischief when you're embossing. All right, so that's done. Oh, you'll also need a heat tool, guys. Forgot to mention that. All right, your Versamark ink pad, and I'm going to give that a really good, I have just re-inked mine as well, so it's nice and juicy. Make sure and I'm going to just place that down. Oh, like this. Give it a gentle rub. Make sure, if you've got a stamp positioning tool, you might want to use that if you're just a bit worried that you're not going to get that stamped because it is quite heavy when you have it on the stamp block. Okay, I need a piece of scratch paper. Scrap paper for my embossing, or I could use my tray, right? Let's use the tray because that's what we've got. And oh, try not to touch any of that ink, and I'm going to just, I'm trying to find a section where it's not stamped. Anyway, get our embossing powder, and we're going to give it a really good dusting. I do have my fan going on in my room here in case that's interfering. It's quite warm here at the moment. Okay. All right, now there is a little bit of embossing powder where I don't need it to be, but we might be able to just work with that and cover that up with our, obviously I didn't use my embossing buddy well enough. All right, okay, so I'll put that in there, and I still get embossing powder everywhere. I don't know what it is with me and embossing powder. Have I got a smaller paintbrush somewhere? Let me get a, whoops, in my little box of tricks here. I thought I did. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if we can just take that off. All right, okay. I think what happened is I actually moved my piece of cardstock as I was putting it down, which is why it has smudged a bit. All right, heat tool. We're going to heat this up. Excuse the noise. Okay, there we go. Love the magic of heat embossing. So there's our heat embossing all done. Now what I was a bit wary when I originally did this, thinking that I might actually crack that. Oh, I just want to crack that embossing that's already done on there, the heat embossing. So I decided that I would actually spritz this a little bit. So get your water spritzer and just give it a bit of a, and that just moistens your paper. Now you're not going to get, this does not line up, guys. I'm just warning you, and it's not meant to line up, but kind of get it where you want it to go. And I need my machine. And there we have this embossed. I think I've done that back to front, but that's okay. Upside down, Miss Jane. For those Aussies who know the reference. Okay, so there's our double embossed background, and now we need to trim that down so that it fits. Now, please do go and have a look at everyone else's lovely, amazing projects. There is a list of the participants in the description box below. Okay, now I need to work out, I'm going down 1/2 inch. So let's take a little bit off this one. And we'll go down 1/2 inch on this side. Okay. Now, can I cut that off totally? Ooh, not quite. Okay. So I might just go along to here. So it all depends on your on the size of your, well, it doesn't really. I just like to work in inches, and I go down in increments of, you know, maybe quarters, halves, even eighths to get the layers I like. And I like to start off with a larger border and work my way in when I, oh, everything's fallen down here. That's my heat tool that's falling down. So I've got this teeny tiny little border now, just enough to break that pattern. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hide this bit here. But if I don't, no, I'll go this way. All right, so let's glue this on. Yes, as I was saying, the rest of the participants will be listed in my description box below. So please do go and give them some love and go and see what they have all created. We're a very talented bunch of people, if I may say so, from all over the world. Which is great. It's nice to be able to collaborate with so many lovely people. All right, so now it's just a matter of, I actually might put it on my card front to tell you the truth, because it'll be easier to work. And I've got embossing powder up my nose. Excuse me if I sneeze. It just seems to get everywhere. All right, so there we go. Okay, so now it's just, I'll bring this one in, and it's a matter of just layering up all our bits and pieces. I might just trim, we don't need that big stem on there, so we might just trim that off. Looks kind of special with the silver. And then we'll go in here. I might just trim these two. And now I should have more of these somewhere, and of course I can't find them, so maybe I don't have more of those somewhere. kind of like that. That might be just a little bit. Can we go down there like that? And I might see if I can just make a couple more of those little ones. All right, silver. And we don't need that one. I need my other plates. So we've got this one here. And take a pick tool and I'll just push that out. And we'll get that in something like that. Put that die over here so I don't lose it. Okay. Oh. My fan just blew my circle out of my, and we're going to just stick that on there like that. But before I stick that down, what I want to do is just run the edge across the top very, very gently so you don't damage your ink pad, just to give it a bit of an edge and a bit of definition. All right, so we're going to take all that apart. I am going to just give these leaves a little bit of shape by just running them through my fingers. And what I will also do is, if you've got the black dimensionals, what I like to do, if not just use white, but I like to just put where your leaves will be raised, I just like to put a little bit of dimension underneath those. All right, there's my, okay. So we're going to just, and that will just keep them raised, just that little bit. Okay, glue dots. Glue dots are your friend in this situation. And I think I might go oh, he's still hanging on. All right, so this has all been cut with Berry Burst. And we're going to go, I thought I had more little silver ones somewhere. I haven't. Yeah, there they go. All right, so I'm going to go here maybe. It's not going to be exactly the same. This one, and again I'm just going to run, be gentle though, because, and hold it up here, because these are quite fragile there. And I probably should use my take a pick tool. All right. Is this working for us? I kind of feel like this needs to be out a bit more. Yeah, that's a bit better. Oh, maybe not. Where are you going to go? There, all right, okay, and then this one. And then this one. All right, so we're going to go here. Oops, come on, thank you. And then we'll go down just to, right, around there. We'll add some dimensionals to the back of this. And I'm going to add quite a few, because what I want to do is then, I'm hoping my dimensionals will help stick down everything else. All right, didn't use those or those. Come on, oh, that's already sticky. Okay, and we'll just stick that down straight, Monica. Let's stick it down straight. There we go, just hold it there and we will get that to grab. All right, so there's our card. What I want to do is add these lovely sequins. These are from Celebration, guys, and they're so pretty. All the purples. I think we've got Bubble Bath, Fresh Freesia, Berry Burst, and the white. And I think I might just use the lighter ones. I don't want to overpower everything too much. No, maybe not. Maybe I do need the darker ones, just to balance it out a bit. So pretty. Okay, nope, I'm going to actually, oh, I wanted to put a big one in there. And a big one in there. Let's swap that out. Oh, the big one and one of these smaller ones will go up here. Kind of want it to go in here. All right. How's that, guys? Does that look all right? And I've got a teeny tiny, let me trim off this little piece so I can put it, where's my teeny tiny little guillotine, and I'm just going to trim off the tiniest teeny tiny slither. And I don't even think that's straight. And we will put a little bit of glue. You don't need much. And we will stick that. Get my snips. And we'll just trim the edges. A little bit more glue. I have got stuff here everywhere. Sign of a busy crafter, they tell me. All right, so there we go. There's the inside, and that just pulled that design. That's not glued down quite there. Pulls that design in from the front. We've got this gorgeous thing happening on the front. So much sparkle. You probably didn't need any embellishments, but oh, they're so pretty. Like, these are gorgeous. So these, you get these free with a I think it's $100 spend during February and March. Let me just put them on the cardstock. Yeah, so 4 colors, which is great, and you get 2 sizes in each color. All right, white, bubble bath, fresh freesia, and berry burst, and they're just gorgeous. I had to use them because it was perfect. All right, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that, because I did. That double embossing just brings a little bit of a wow factor, and you think you're seeing the heat embossing, but then you look a little bit closer and you think, oh no, but wait, there's a little bit more there. Okay, so that's happening. There's my original one, navy and gold, which is always a classic combination. And then this lovely berry burst in silver. I was almost going to do it with gold, and I thought, no, I'll just do it a little bit different this time and use silver. All right, so yes, please do go and check out everyone's video in the description box below. Thank you so much for joining me. And I also want to thank all you lovely new subscribers that have joined me recently. It's always a pleasure to have you to come along and know that you enjoy my videos. Have a great Christmas, everyone, or whatever you celebrate. We don't all celebrate Christmas. I understand that, and I appreciate that. So, and I have a safe one too, please. If you're out on the roads anywhere, it's always a busy time of year for everyone. All right, guys. I hope to see you again next year. It would be absolutely wonderful to have you join us again. That's it from me. Bye for now.